A 22-year-old cat was so happy to be out of the shelter and has found a comfy home with a full belly. In early October, an old cat was surrendered to a local animal shelter. Her family are unable to afford her care anymore due to the rising cost of living. The cat is healthy and will need a new home soon. The shelter was at capacity, so they couldn't help her. But best friends felines heard what happened and were able to find a foster home for the cat. They were determined to rescue her and take her in so she could live the rest of her life with love. Thelma, a senior 13-year-old feline, is a stray with patches of fur missing and skin that's just barely hanging on. Old age would normally be cause for retirement under friendly conditions at a pet boarding facility or someone's home. The rescue reached out on social media, and a local cat lover who also works closely with rescue organizations stepped up to the plate. The sweet cat was able to leave that shelter as soon as possible and start this new chapter. She was lost, hungry, and very poorly groomed when she arrived at the shelter. All of this made me want to give her more love than she could handle. Thelma was instantly friendly and affectionate. She loved to lean up against whoever she could and showed her happiness by kneading away with her paws at the same time. Here's an adorable dog that had a full-day visit at the vet's office. The mats were removed and she got to luxuriate in a spa treatment. You can see her shining new coat, which is mat-free, the vet pointed out. The nice treatment was all over and done with, and the dog was ready to be spoiled once again. Now that she's had a full day of pampering, it's time for some tasty treats. She gets a big meal of fresh meat today, and then lots of love. She deserves it, the vet said. Thelma's recovery process was aided by the antibiotic treatment and she is purring nonstop. She seemed really content with how things were going. The super sweet girl cat has become a part of the rescue's long-term care program, and it's great for any cats that might need that specific kind of protection. They'll get everything they need to live a happy and healthy life. Thelma's quick recovery is down to good care and a comfortable environment. With this, she will go on to enjoy her golden years in the company of someone who can cater to all of her requirements and provide the best quality of life. The cat explored the house she was given and noticed how many blankets and pillows were on the beds. She likes to sleep with her humans and enjoys every chance she gets to snuggle them. One of the many things that make a foster child feel at home is having lots of fun and cuddly toys in their room. That's why we try to provide as many as possible for each child. Here is another cat-loving story for you. A kitten with a saucy personality has found herself a fantastic home to grow up in. Her larger-than-life character will be sure to melt your heart. A good Samaritan found a kitten abandoned in their backyard one hot summer's day. It was desperate for its mother or even just its sibling, but they couldn't find any trace of them nearby. At 2 weeks old, the baby needed 24-hour care, and the Front Street Animal Shelter took her. Haley Waugh, who works at the shelter, felt an immediate connection with the new intake. At first, she offered to foster her and started making costly trips to feed her. To begin with, the kitten was a bit unsure. There were new surroundings and unfamiliar scents. Occasionally, from her small frame came a familiar noise, hissing and spitting ferociously. Lavender was a beautiful kitten with painfully bright, lavender-colored fur. After being outside alone for a while, she managed to find her way back home. She had a level of determination that could only come from someone who's experienced what she had been through. It didn't take long for Lavender to realize her foster mom meant well, and she would never go hungry again. When she heard my voice, she perked up and wobbled her way over to me. Haley shared with eMystery. While Lavender was still a baby, Haley took her to work every day to keep up with the feedings. When the bottle was in sight, Lavender would puff up her coat quickly and try hard to get it. At the age of just 3 weeks, her personality started to emerge. She was such a curious kitten. She would always take an interest in what's around her and watch me closely. Lavender rocked her way to the top of her playpen. Now that she had found steps, she explores nooks and crousies, jumping up just to be near you. She is so eager to discover the world, it's adorable. When she first walked outside of her playpen, she wanted to meet as many people as possible, cats, dogs, and humans alike. Lavender fell in love with Spud the dog when it saw him and curled up next to him like they had known each other for years. Lavender's learning to groom herself and is using her tail as balance. She leaps fearlessly as she looks for higher ground. When Haley is standing, she likes to look at her with those big wondrous eyes until she dozes off. She is a courageous ball of fluff who doesn't want to miss out on any action. She's met 2 other gray cats at the residence and blended right in. Even Piper the cat, who isn't a fan of kittens, tolerates Lavender and her antics. This kitten somehow does magic on everyone. The backyard kitten has blossomed into a boisterous kitty with a larger-than-life personality. Lavender is living her best life with her people and many fur friends.